good day. Welcome back to Math with Teens. So now, let us continue our topic, and it's all about solving quadratic equations by completing the square. So this is the continuation of my last video. This is part 2. So extracting square roots and factoring are usually used to solve quadratic equations of the form ax squared minus c equals 0. If the factor of the quadratic expression of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 are determined, then it is more convenient to use factoring to solve it. Another method of solving quadratic equations is by completing the square. Yes, guys. This is our third method to solve quadratic equation, and that we call completing the square. This method involves transforming the quadratic equations ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 in the form x minus h quantity squared is equal to k, where k is greater than or equal to 0. So let us make it perfect. Determine a number that must be added to make each of the following a perfect square trinomial. Then, express a perfect square trinomial as a square of binomial. Example number 1. X squared plus 1 half x plus blank. So, what must be added on this part in our third term? Guys, naalala nyo ba yung last topic? How do we get the last term? So, you will get the middle term, and that is 1 half, then divided by 2. When we say divided by 2, you will need is to get the reciprocal of 2 and multiply to our given of 1 half. So, the reciprocal of 2 is 1 half. That means 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. So, 1 half times 1 half is equal to 1/4. And then guys, kung iisipin nyo, what is 1 half of 1 half? So, kalahati ng 1 half is 1/4. After that, you're going to multiply itself. So, 1/4 times 1/4 is 1/16. And that will be our last term. X squared plus 1 half x plus 1/16. And guys, remember, perfect square trinomial, we will make it square of binomial. How do we get that? X squared, it become x times x. And get the square root of 1/16. Square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 16 is 4. And that will be the quantity of x plus 1/4 times the quantity of x plus 1/4. And the square of binomial is x plus 1/4 quantity squared. So, this is the last term, and this is the square of binomial. Okay guys, naintindihan ba? Okay guys, number 2. X squared plus 1/3 x plus blank. So, what must be added on the third term? So, we will get the second term. Our second term is 1/3, and divided by 2 means is times 1 half. So, 1/3 times 1 half is 1/6. Then, multiply it by itself. So, 1/6 times 1/6 is equal to 1/3. 36. And that is our last term. X squared plus 1/3 x plus 1 over 36. Let's factor now. So the factors are the quantity x plus 1/6 times the quantity of x plus 1/6. And the square of binomial is x plus 1/6 quantity squared. And that is the square of binomial. Okay, number 3. Make it perfect. Our given is x squared plus 2/3 x plus blank. So what must be added? So let us get the second term, and that is 2/3. Divided by 2 means times 1/2. Yes, it will be times 1/2. And then, we can cancel one numerator, and that is 2, and one denominator, and that's also 2. So you will get now is 1/3. Multiply by itself, 1/3 times 1/3 is 1 over 9. Yes, and that is our last term. Our perfect square trinomial is x squared plus 2/3 x plus 1 over 9. And what are the factors? So the factors are the quantity x plus 1/3 times the quantity x plus 1/3. Guys, alam niyo na ba kung saan nakuha yung 1/3? This is come from 1 over 9. I-square root natin. So, ang square root of 1 is 1. And the square root of 9 is 3. So, this is now the factor. And the square of binomial is x plus 1/3 quantity squared. Okay, guys. That is number 3. Okay, we are now in number 4. Our given. X squared minus blank plus 1 over 25. Yes, the missing is the middle term. What must be in the middle term? So, we'll get now the last term. Our last term is 1 over 25. And, let us get the root. What is the square root of 1 over 25? Square root of 1 is 1. And square root of 25 is 5. Then after that, multiply it by 2. 1/5 times 2, you will get now is 2/5. Yes, guys, that is the middle term. Our perfect square trinomial now is x squared minus 2/5 x plus 1 over 25. So, what are the factors? So, the factors are the quantity x minus 1 over 5 times the quantity x minus 1 over 5. And the square binomial is x minus 1/5 quantity squared. Yes, that is the answer. Okay, our last example. X squared minus blank plus 25 over 144. And just like I said, to get the middle term is get the last term. And that is 25 over 144. And square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 144 is 12. And then multiply it by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10 over 12. And get the lowest term. And that will be 5 over 6. Our perfect square trinomial is x squared minus 5 over 6x plus 25 over 144. Yes, and that will be our middle term. So the factors are x minus 5 over 12 times the quantity of x minus 5 over 12. And the square binomial is x minus 5 over 12 quantity squared. Oh guys, naintindihan ba? So if you have any question, huwag kayong mahihiyang mag-comment sa comment section natin. Once na nakita ko na may tanong kayo, i-discuss uli natin or i-explain natin mabuti para makakuha nyo how do we get the square of binomial. Oh guys, that's the end of our topic today. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, Math with Teens. So thank you for watching. God bless.